No, I think it's gonna be great. So, you said you're a little nervous.
I am a little nervous.
Yeah. So, yeah, as I said, just you're gonna be fine. Just speak loudly, clearly into the microphone right in front of you.
Okay.
It's a secret magic microphone. No one can even hear you, so there's nothing to be nervous about. You're
Okay. Yeah.
all right.
Just,
You're totally fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Okay.
So let's do it.
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So naturally, I like to start things off at the very beginning.
Yes.
So, Rose, why don't you tell me where you were born and what life was like for you growing up?
So my name is Rose. I was born in Vietnam, and I came to Canada when I was 17.
Okay.
So like back home, I'm pretty blessed that I have a really, like with my family, with my parents. I have a brother, and I growing up, I don't know, middle class family, that I would say.
Okay.
Yes, but we get a lot of support from like families and So my childhood, I think I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great. Was it so? You think things were a lot more kind of community based in Vietnam than kind of what you've seen in Canada here? Like,
Yes.
is it more like it takes a village kind of thing?
It take a village, yes. Like everyone know everyone.
Right.
Yeah, it's just like a very small town. Like I didn't grow up in a big city.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a small town, so everyone knows everyone. You
Right.
know, like they know my parents. They know, like if you go to the town, you ask like what I name, everyone would tell you like the story of the whole family.
Right.
So it's
Okay.
yes,
Yeah, that's amazing. Okay, very cool.
Yes.
And sorry, you said it was just the one brother?
I have one brother, and he's 12 years younger than me.
12 years younger. Wow.
Yes,
Okay, so a bit of an
so-
age gap there.
The age
Yeah.
gap, yeah. So I didn't have that, sibling childhood because when he was born, like I was away from my town for school.
Okay.
Yes, but
Okay.
yeah, but now we're all here in Canada.
Mhm.
So and he has his own family too. So we kind of have more bond now than as when we were a child.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Nice. Very nice. So in Vietnam, so at 12 years old, you're away for school. At that point, you're out of town. Like you're already is it like a boarding
yes,
school kind of thing, or
yes. So I grew up in a small town.
Yeah.
Right. So my parents always want to have like a better education for the kids.
Mhm.
And then if you want better education, you have to go to like a city or like a bigger town.
Okay.
So I went to school in like a capital city.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
Mhm.
Okay. Great. And then so. Were there a lot of activities that you were doing outside of school? Were you playing sports or anything like that? Or
Not much, which is like hanging out with friends, and like back then there wasn't much. Like,
Yeah.
Yes, and there wasn't like anything like online or phone.
right.
So you'll see we just like like outside of school we just hang out, we bike around and sightseeing and eating on like on the side of the streets, not like a big restaurant, right? Like
Right.
junk on the street and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Great. And then eventually, so is it your whole family makes the
So
move
I
to
came
Canada,
here
or?
first as a student.
Okay.
Again, like when I was away in the big city for school, and then when I'm done with my high school, my parents want me to come here
Mhm.
for like to learn English.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
because again, back then, right now it's different because they have like international school, they have international teachers that people can learn English back home easy. But back then it wasn't an opportunity.
Okay.
So my parents want me to be here, to learn English. But
Yeah.
again, when I came here, I met my husbands, and it's just like my life just stay here.
Right. Okay. So
Yeah, so
the
it's
original
still-
plan wasn't to.
It wasn't. It's just like a year of school.
Yeah.
And then I went back and finished my my degrees, like doctor degrees and stuff back home.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
But it changed. It changed when I came here.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. And then, okay. So we fast forward a bit. So here you have opened a business, but so the school that you finished up in Vietnam, did you go to school for business? Was that kind of,
So when I finished my high school in Vietnam. I came here to for like an English course, for like 1 year's English course. But so when I decided to stay here, of course, my high education, like my high school diploma back in Vietnam, is not comparable to here. So if I want to go to like college or university, I have to do my secondary diploma here again. So
okay.
that's what I did.
Right.
But I didn't have to do like from like the whole high school, right? Like they just give me some, like they gave me some credit, and then I just have to do like a few more to to kind of like have the graduate. So I went to high school here about a year and a half.
Okay.
Yes. So I finished my high school, I think it's like around like when I was like 18, 19.
Okay.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I went to college for business. So I will business because honestly, English was it was hard for me at that time. So I'm really good at like math and numbers, right? So
Right.
I'm like, okay, I'm just go business. I go for accountant.
Mm-hmm.
So I was an accountant. Like I went to a college and I got my accountant. I worked as accountant for 2 years.
Okay. Yeah.
But when I see it's like, no, this is not for me because like in front of computer with a whole bunch of numbers and receipt and stuff done, I'm like, no, I can't do this.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
A little dull and repetitive kind of thing, or yeah.
So I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
And so I was a nail technician as a part-time job.
Okay.
When I was in school.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, I think I can't like that because I see people, right? Like I see people, like when I can make them happy, right? Like from the nail is not that nice and then I make it, look nice and people happy. So I'm like, yeah, I think I kind of do, like I may try to go do that instead of accounting with like numbers and papers.
Right.
Yes. And then, just from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it totally makes sense too. Like naturally you have that accounting background as well. So I mean,
Yes.
you can kind of already set up your own business and everything and
Yes.
kind of do what you're really enjoying, right? Yeah.
Yes. So that's what I'm enjoying doing. And then from that, I just expand, right? I'm just like, I like the beauty size. I like the beauty, business. So I went back to school again to do my medical estheticians.
Okay.
Yes. So
Yeah.
this was like a 2 years program.
Okay.
And I went back.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then finished, and I just started my own business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay. Lots of school, eh? In and out of school quite a
I
bit.
know.
Yeah.
Yes, but like when you do want to do something, you just have to just
Yeah.
just learn and just take some schooling.
That's it. Take the
Yes.
path and try to get there, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So were you always kind of a good student, or did you struggle a little bit? Like, did you have to try really hard, or?
Honestly, I was a good student, to be
Yeah.
honest. Yeah, like even back home, I did really well in school. But when I came here, of course, with the language barrier, right? So
Right,
that
big
was
challenge
like
there.
the big challenge for me at the beginning.
Right.
But again, like you just have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because living in Canada, you don't know English. That it's just impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so it was struggling. My struggling was the language barrier.
Right. Yeah.
And I think I'm still struggling now, but I try my best.
Hey, no, yeah, you sound great. No, yeah,
Yeah.
fantastic. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so as we said, you've opened up a business. So you do have a salon and spa here in town, Timeless Salon Spa here in Georgetown.
I do, yes.
So was that your first one, or have you opened up other ones before? Or?
No, that's my first one.
Okay.
Yes, I used to work for someone. I used to live in BC too. Like just fast forward, my life was like Ontario and BC.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, so I was working at one of the salon, like a nail salon. But again, there's something that I want. I work for someone, but I'm like, it's not how I would do it, right? So I just want to open my own to do the way that I want to do it.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. That could be the problem with being an employee somewhere, right? Is like I just feel like I can
Yes.
either do this better, or I just don't like the way things are being run. But yeah.
Yes, and then the thing is like everyone would cast running the same thing because like that's what I find in in the industries. Like everywhere I go, or like every single business that I know, they doing the same thing over and over again. And I'm like, I just want to do something different.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
So, on that note, like, what would you say about your salon and spa kind of makes you stand out a little bit? Like, what do you offer, or what makes you different?
So I am focused on the personal connections.
Right.
Like everyone come into our salon, like we want to, everything is like customized, right? Based on your need. And, we treat everyone with loyalty and compassion. So like when you come into our salon, the first thing I want to know is like we want to know about you and your need, right? Before anything else. Where if you come to if you go, for example, if you're on haircut, right? People will ask you, they say, oh, this is what we're offering, right? And then is that fit for you or not? But what we do is like we want to know exactly what you want and what we can help you with.
Right.
And for me, it's not only about providing the service, but it's about that connections and that, I don't know. It's like, how do I say it?
Yeah, you don't want to like enhance the customer experience a little bit, right?
Yes,
Make people feel at home. And,
yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's
and
beautiful.
we want to have you as a long-term customer, right? Like a long-term customer, and most of our clients, they become like friends.
Right.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Like we know, like we know them by name, we know them by heart, what they like, what they don't like, even like their schedule, if they can come in like this certain time of the day, like we remember all that.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Like a community kind of thing. And
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah. So how did you land on Georgetown as far as opening up your business here? Like, did you look around a lot, or was it because you were located here before? Like,
So honestly, it's just the opportunity that came up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like we was looking like to open one, and then there's one here for sale.
Okay.
And that was like,
Popped up. Yeah.
yes. And yeah, like I didn't know much about Georgetown before.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know much about Georgetown before, and then we just had a business. Like it just opened up, and then we just take over, and then we learn from there, and then we revamped the whole business too.
Right.
Yes.
Perfect. So you saw an opportunity, saw some potential, and
yes.
Yeah.
And then I learned about Georgetown after that.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
And how are you liking it here?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
People here is amazing. Again, like I grew up in a small community too, so this is exactly what it is.
Right. Okay.
Yes,
Kind of
yeah.
used to it, and that's remind you of home a little bit. Anyway, in
Yes.
some ways, like
yes.
yeah. Oh,
Now it's with the social media, is like people get more connected now. Right? Yes, that's what I think. It's like before, like if you because if you didn't have the social media, like even you live next door, you don't even know your neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but now with that, with the community, with the social media, you know a lot more too.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
And it helps big time too. I find especially after COVID, like
Yes.
people almost just started being like afraid of each other. Like I'm not afraid of each other, but you know what I mean? Like
Yes.
the personal connection, just something happened after those few
Yes.
years, it feels like, right?
Yes. Yes. I honestly I knew about social media after COVID too.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like before when we do business, it's all about like flyers, magazines,
Mm-hmm.
like on phone calls, right?
Yeah.
But again, like after COVID,
Yeah. Yeah.
nothing none of those you can do.
Right. Yeah.
So that's how I learned about business, like about social media and promoting my business on social media.
Yeah.
Too.
Oh,
Yes.
if you own a business these days, you kind of have to, right? Like you
Yes.
kind of have to adapt to it, right?
Yes.
No, that's great. So what would you say, since you've opened up shop there, what are some of the biggest challenges or unexpected challenges you've had being a business owner?
So COVID was a big challenge too. And of course, there's always competitions around, right? But we always, I always stay with like who I am, yes, and provides us like the best service. And same thing with like we provide like the best technique, the best products. Like I always go, I always try new stuff too.
Right.
And I believe in what I do. Like same thing with products and with technique, and I always try it on myself, on my staff.
Yeah.
And if we don't believe in it, we won't do it for clients. So anything that we do for the client, we do it for ourselves too.
Right.
Yes. So but there's when we again, everything changed after COVID. Same with like staffing, right? Like it's hard to find the staff. It's hard to find like a good one, and like with trainings and all that too. Yeah. So.
Right. Yeah. So on that note, like, how big is your team? Are you running like a big operation as far as your
no,
your
I have
staffing and
under
everything?
10. Yes.
Under 10?
Yes,
Okay.
I have under
Yeah.
10 staff. Yes.
Yeah, that kind of helps keep things kind of close knit. You can kind of keep everyone on the same page too, as far as.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
I grew from like 2 staff.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I grew the business from like 2 staff, but I would prefer it that way. I won't bring anyone in. Of course, there's a time that you have to go through training and stuff like that. But I would find my good fit for the team as well, because we have like a team cultures, and not just only you doing the best service, but like you have to get along with each other's too. Yes. And,
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like they are the face of and the voice of the business as well.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that is important for me too.
Well, it's part of the product that you're delivering, right? Is what
Yes.
you're trying to do. Yeah. Yeah.
Like I want my client coming in, they're not seeing me. They're not only me, but when they see my girl, they can see, that's the reflection of Rose as well.
Right.
Yes. So
Yeah.
that is important for me. So and
Yeah.
fighting staff, I think, is one of the challenges too.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah. If you got, you're under 10, but if you got a group you can trust, and
Yes.
you feel like they represent that must have been hard to kind of find everyone who kind of
Yes.
fits the mold perfectly, right? And
It takes some times. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. No,
But I
that's
think
great.
I got a good team right now.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm very happy with them, and they happy with the place too. Yes.
Wow, fantastic. That's great. Okay, so life today outside of the business, with your spare time, if you have any. Obviously, running a business I'm sure eats up a lot of your time. But,
Yes, but
what do you like to do on your days off?
We have to balance, right? We have balance out. So I spend a lot of time with my family.
Okay.
I don't have honestly, my client is like my friends. I don't have a lot of friends outside.
Okay.
But I do enjoy my time with my family. Yes. So
Okay.
I have 2 boys, and we live close with. I have my parents, my brothers, and I have my cousins here as well. My auntie and cousin, and we are very close with each other's.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
And you all kind of live in the same area as well? Too?
Yeah.
Close enough? Or?
Yes, close enough. Like Orange View, Brampton, yeah, Mississauga. Yes.
Right.
So
Okay.
we are like just the GTA's area.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Beautiful. I guess you kind of find that balance. Like you need to find the family time, I'm sure, again.
Yes.
Pull your hair out sometimes running a business and
Yes.
yeah, right. Yeah.
Yes. I don't do a lot. And then same thing, like I really enjoy connecting with the community too. So we are part of the Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
Yes. So
Okay.
and then I try to do like those events, and then the community have like those events and stuff. Like I try to be part of it as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you got a good thing going on there. Like you're obviously someone who wants to persevere. The challenges you've overcome from learning English to fighting COVID and all the adaptations you've had to make to get to this point. That's great. And obviously you have a lot of integrity. I mean, like the products you use, you're right. Nothing you wouldn't give to your own family or use on yourself or whatever. So
exactly. And I think that is like important to me because I don't know, but I knew there are people that, you know what, like we just buy the cheapest products, right? But it's that's not me.
Right. People just trying to make the best buck on.
Of course, like when you run a business, like by the end of the day, you run a business, right? But I like my theory, and I always tell my girl as well, doesn't matter what you do, if you are able to sleep the whole night, like you through the whole night without any worry that you like you feel happy with yourself, and you just don't have anything that you worry about what you did during a day. Yeah, you are doing good.
Right.
Yes, but if you something you still worries like, oh, did I do that right, or did that product is good, or you still have something worry in your mind, then that's something that you have to reconsider.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think any business would last that long if they're kind of cutting corners and not doing it the right way, right?
Exactly.
So
yes. And as a business, like and then as a professional, you know exactly what you are doing.
Right.
If people say like you don't know, like you try the product or you try something, you may know, like maybe not at the beginning, but for some time, then is it good or not?
Right.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So what would you say? So what's next for the spa? Do you have anything on the horizon, or any new projects or programs or anything you're working on, or is it just you have your thing, your day to day now? You got it figured out, or?
So we have a really good base of clients right now, but again, it's like I always looking for growth, right? Like when you do business, you want to be growing. So and then but right now, again, like I mentioned about the team, like with the staff, right? So like right now I just want to retain what I have right now, and then give the best for my client. And we always welcome new client as well, right? So yeah, and with all the service and the product that we have right now, we try to keep that and do the best out of it.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Fantastic. That's great. Okay. So any final thoughts if we're going to wrap things up here today for anyone who might be listening? So whether it's related to the business or not, just anything you might want to say to anybody who might be listening right now.
That's a good question. Yeah, I just said this, I love Georgetown, right? Georgetown is like I don't live here right now, but my business is here. Yeah. And I think that's an amazing community, and what you are doing is amazing too, like just to connect, people. Yeah, and again, like with my business, I just want to grow, and I just want, to bring the best to the community. Right. Yes.
Great. Beautiful. Yeah. And as I said, hopefully this helps a little bit. Yeah. And we can kind of get the word out there a little bit and kind of help people connect a little more. It seems like you're doing an awesome thing there.
Thank you.
You should be proud of yourself, Rose. It seems like you're doing some good stuff there with the spa. So
yeah, again, but like it's my first time doing this. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm still nervous, but that's okay.
Yeah. Oh, you're great. Yeah. That's fantastic. All right. And then we'll just cut it there. And that's, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Great.